And here we go. We are live with another edition of Monday Night Raw. Here we go. And on this we have an interesting show, as we're kicking off with an Elimination Chamber qualifier between Triple H and his tag team partner, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. So what a match that will be. Of course, last week we also had another one, which was Edge versus Matt Hardy. And Edge was able to get the win on that occasion, which means that right now we know for sure inside the Elimination Chamber it will be the WWE Champion Randy Orton defending against the Rated R superstar Edge, who is also his tag team partner. And we know it'll be either Triple H or Shawn Michaels. The third and fourth men eliminated in the pin and submission only Battle Royal at the Royal Rumble. In case you don't know, that match was the Hardy Boys, Jeff and Matt, Triple H and Shawn Michaels, and Edge and Randy Orton to crown the first ever WWE Champion here in Universe. And of course, it was Randy Orton who last eliminated his tag team partner Edge to walk out as the champion. And because they all challenged for the WWE Championship on that night, none of them were able to compete in the Royal Rumble match. I mean, I suppose they could have, but it was much more fair to give the opportunity to as many people on the Raw roster as we could, and we did exactly that. And of course, some of them did get a chance to compete in the match, as we were told to take the 5 people from that WWE Championship match at the Rumble, take the 5 losers, put them in a randomizer, and they would fill the last 3 spots that Raw had not decided on for that match. And of course, the people who got to appear in the Royal Rumble were Jeff Hardy, Shawn Michaels, and I want to say Triple H. I don't fully remember as of right now, but I want to say it was Triple H, Shawn Michaels. Yes, it was. It was Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Jeff Hardy. Edge and Matt Hardy, the two who faced each other last week in another qualifier, did not get that opportunity. But it was completely random. We wanted to show no favoritism towards any of the people who competed for the title at the Rumble when giving them a shot. And now we've got tag team partners going one-on-one with each other right now, as Shawn Michaels goes behind and immediately knocks Triple H to the canvas, as I cannot speak apparently today.
Oh, what a shot.
As Triple H tried to just throw a big right hand onto Shawn Michaels, but he missed that time. And Shawn Michaels, look at this, crossface. Rope break though, he does let it go. As Shawn Michaels with the clear advantage right now over Triple H. But Triple H responds with a neck breaker. But Michaels immediately shoves him away. The flying forearm only stunned the game, didn't knock him down. And Triple H can respond with an atomic drop. But Shawn immediately going to turn it around and knock his best friend to the canvas again. You know, both men want every opportunity to get inside the Elimination Chamber, and knowing how ever since, the universe started, everyone is all about, equal opportunities in terms of the GMs. I would not be surprised to like see some sort of last chance match between the people who fail to qualify to fill the last spot. No, there's not a guarantee that'll happen, but I would not be surprised. As Triple H got off the shoulders and dropped Shawn Michaels with a DDT. And now got a Campbell clutch, a submission of his own, but also a rope break. But he does let it go. When you're wrestling your friend, you don't want to hurt your friend. That much I can say for sure. But Shawn Michaels rolled out of the way. Now he's got the game on the ropes. Never mind. Triple H immediately responds with a Dragon Whip leg screw. And with the previous knee problems of the Heartbreak Kid, that's something that's definitely smart. But now Triple H got him off the ropes. And there's another neck breaker. As Michaels got up again. Triple H goes behind. Michaels goes behind. Triple H fights him off. These two men know each other so well. It is literally counter for counter right now. No one can get the true upper hand. But Michaels has got it right now. As he was telling the game to bring it, and he does it to the referee too. Oh wait, Triple H. Triple H, I almost thought might have been looking for a weapon there. I mean, anything goes when the referee's down. Oh, but look, listen, ankle lock. Didn't keep it locked in for long, but Shawn Michaels was working over the legs. But again, Triple H doing the same.
Great counter.
Yeah, today, to be a little less serious for a moment, today seems to be the day where I'm going to have a lot of technical difficulties for the series, as this is the same day I recorded the last episode of SmackDown, and oh, Jesus. That was not fun. I mean, I had a lot of stupid fun watching Vladimir Kozlov versus Mr. Kennedy, but that couldn't save it. Just like Raw Episode 3, Dolph Ziggler versus Brian Kendrick couldn't save it, even though I liked it. I liked that match. The other three matches absolutely ruined it. But nonetheless, so yeah, just say it. I'm keeping a very close eye on the recording right now. If it sounds like I'm not too into what I'm doing right now, it's like I am. I don't want to see more technical difficulties is all. But Triple H with a full Nelson on Shawn Michaels. And Michaels gonna fight out. Fight out. Now the game is in that corner. Oh, but he immediately fights out, goes behind. And now they're going back and forth with chain wrestling. As Michaels worked over the arm. And there's a neck breaker. And Shawn Michaels got Triple H right where he wants him. Another submission surfboard stretch. And again, lets it go. As Shawn Michaels has got the firm upper hand right now. Looking to take him down. And he does with a backbreaker. Well, Michaels wanted to go to the top rope. He does. Decides not to jump. And instead gets thrown in the corner. But again, just going to fight off Triple H. Michaels doing everything in his power to get like the firm upper hand. But neither one really has had it. In all honesty.
These superstars are so unpredictable. This match could go another 30 seconds.
But Shawn Michaels, I think, is close to being able to get it. As he's got Triple H up for a stalling suplex here. And, oh, just hanging him out to dry on that top rope. Now to the top rope. And here we go. Diving elbow. The elbow, he had a feeling.
The game wills himself onward.
But can he connect with the sweet chin music?
Uh-oh, it might be time to run.
He doesn't go for it.
And that would hurt his hand.
But got him behind. Knocks him down again. And again, deciding he'd rather go for a submission instead of tuning up the band. Maybe he doesn't want to hit the sweet chin music on his best friend. But you're facing each other to gain a shot at the WWE Championship. One of the most prestigious titles in all of pro wrestling. And as Michaels, for the most part, still has the upper hand, he's starting to look just a little bit better than his tag team partner. But Triple H doing what he can to fight back. But he hasn't really had the upper hand at all in the match. But doing what he can. But now Triple H has got him. Oh, but Michael's able to find the counter. Hunter stuck in the corner.
Superstars is unbelievable.
Now Hunter able to get him out. Oh, now they're just trading places in the corner. Trying to shut each other down, and Michaels with an arm wringer.
Great reversal.
As Hunter goes behind and takes out the knee. Takes out the knee with a chop block. Now Michaels off the ropes. Oh, and oh, you know he wanted the double A spine buster and said he got dropped in his skull with a DDT. Shawn Michaels. It really does seem like Shawn Michaels is going to go to a no way out. Enter the Elimination Chamber. But only got a 1 on that pin attempt. It's Triple H attacking the arm. But Michaels not letting him keep the advantage. Again, we're just back and forth constantly here. Like move for move, counter for counter.
He's got him.
Right, here comes a side Russian leg sweep. Now go for a quick pin. Got a 1. Got a 2. Got a 3. Shawn Michaels gets the win. Just like that. And that means Shawn Michaels is going on to face Randy Orton and Edge inside the Elimination Chamber at No Way Out. Big opportunity. He looked very good in the match. And he didn't even hit the sweet chin music. That's a very big win. But next up, we've got women's action. In fact, we've got women's action, including our current women's champion, Brie Bella. And welcome back to Monday Night Raw. We just saw Shawn Michaels defeat Triple H to join Edge and Randy Orton inside the Elimination Chamber, coming up at No Way Out. And after this young woman, Katelyn Rain, a free agent rookie, who's new to the wrestling business, after she took on Gail Kim before the Royal Rumble and then Nikki Bella last week, the current women's champion Brie Bella has specifically demanded this match. And I don't know if it's she just wants to face Katelyn Rain, face the rookie, or if Brie thinks she's going to get an easy victory. I have no idea. It easily could be she thinks she's going to get an easy victory, get momentum on her side going into No Way Out, because we know she will have to defend her women's title at No Way Out. And seeing as how she doesn't have a clear-cut contender quite yet, it could be everyone on the Raw women's roster. It could be one person. It could be 2. You never know. But nonetheless, This match is getting underway. Here we go. And Katelyn Rain, despite being a free agent and a rookie, she has been improving with every single match she's been in so far. And we'll have to see if she can take out the current women's champion. I don't think so. Again, she has been getting better in every match she's been in so far, but she's still so new to wrestling. She's still so young and so much of a rookie. Like, even if Brie isn't the best performer herself and has a lot to learn, she's a women's champion, and she's the women's champion for a reason. She's won some big matches to earn that title, whether you like her or not. And I just can't see Katelyn Rain being able to come in, having lost the only 2 other matches she's been in, and then come in this week and beat the women's champion. I just don't foresee that happening. But she was able to fight Brie off. As there's a knife-edge chop. And that's one thing that I've learned absolutely from watching Katelyn Rain, is she uses her strikes to be as effective as she can. Not much on the grappling, but she took her down. But that is that's absolutely like a rookie mistake. Poor ring positioning, but a very nicely executed enziguri from the rookie, as she's gonna drop her down with a bulldog. And to be completely not as into this as I normally am, I have to say it. Recently, I've tried to keep the momentum going with recording this series and episodes. Oh, hang on. Quick inside cradle. Not even one. Yeah, I've been keeping the momentum going with recording episodes for the series to get, again, SVR 2010 done, to have a nice backlog that I can, keep editing and then start uploading and putting those out as I move into SVR 11, getting that ready and getting the episodes started using an actual universe mode, like is the plan. But recently, as of yesterday at the time of recording, but this is the date in itself doesn't really matter to you because it's gonna be a while before this comes out anyway. But yeah, as of recording yesterday, had some situations of trying to record this series and started out with SmackDown episode 5, and I should have red flags immediately because I tried to start recording that and I ended up having to do it in 4 different parts. And you may think, okay, well, 4 matches on a show, that isn't that pretty normal? No, because I tried to record the show all in one go, and just cut out loading screens and superstar threads, messing with movesets, or cut out all the extras, extra shit. And I had to do it in 4 different parts because, well, I don't know what it was, but something just kept, honestly, to be blunt, something just kept fucking with the capture software, and it kept saying like there was like an FPS issue or something, and I don't know. I looked up, among some other issues, and I looked up the issues online, and there's no apparently clear-cut thing it could be, but I read in one of the replies someone left on a forum saying that they actually just had like one of their USB cables or USB ports on the computer was just kind of messed up, so they switched that around and it rectified the issue. And that's what I've tried first, because that's the first thing that was really the only reply in that forum that, wouldn't involve fully opening up the computer and doing things like that. And yeah, I don't want to do that right now. Don't get me wrong, I can do a bunch of research and figure out how to do all of that shit, but I don't want to do that right now. I'd rather the issue be a simple one. Because I just want to fucking record, man. That's my thing. That's what I love to do. That's what I want to do. Like, I just want to fucking do it. So yeah, SmackDown had those issues. I also had a really weird, I think it was a glitch, because on SmackDown, you would have seen it by the time this episode goes out, but on SmackDown, nice Shining Wizard! I forgot I gave her that. It's really cool. So on SmackDown, I had a match between Vladimir Kozlov and Mr. Kennedy, and the amount of Triple H running facebusters that Vladimir Kozlov did, Jesus Christ. Hurricane Rana, here we go. Got a 1. Got a 2. Only a 2. Like, I counted the first sequence he did of the running facebuster, and it was 22? 21 or 22 in a row. Like, it was crazy. The AI just got stuck in a damn loop. It wouldn't stop doing it until eventually the AI did stop doing it. And yeah, it was crazy. And then he did it like one or two more times in the match for like a really short loop of it. That was strange. But that was entertaining, honestly. Look, I like Kennedy, but that was entertaining. So yeah, had the issues there, and then I went to record this episode of Raw, episode 6. Oh, nice quick pin by Brie. And that's the end. Not quite the decisive victory she wanted, but victory nonetheless. So yeah, I did that, and then I went to record episode 6 of Raw. The opening match is fine. Triple H and Shawn went fucking great. And then this match, there's a spot in the original take of this match that Katelyn did a modified Northern Lights, and the capture software didn't say it froze, but somehow it just froze on this one spot while the audio kept recording. And yeah, that happened. So it's like a 28, or it's like is it 28 minutes, or like, I don't know. So it was like this like 30 plus video file recording, and it was just this one image after at a certain time all the way through. So I lost 3 matches, which sucks because like this match and the next match, which is going to be Jesse finally making his debut against Mark Henry, those 2 matches are fine because I can just re-record them, and it's fine. But the last match is it's a tournament match for the World Tag Team Championship tournament, and I don't want to re-record those because like we already had a victor, and that feels like fucking over the team that actually won, even though it's not my fault. Like it's fucking over the team that actually won if I get a different result. And like for the tournament matches specifically, I don't want to play the matches. I'm enjoying at times letting the AI do its thing because the AI is not completely fucking stupid in this game. But yeah, and the same thing happened with ECW episode 6. The first 2 matches, it actually somehow continued that single frame freeze frame on from what happened in episode 5 of Raw, episode 6 of Raw, and then I got the main event just fine. But I don't know, it's weird. Anyway, so that was that match. Brie Bella got a win, not quite as decisive as she would have liked, but she got a win. And let's move on to Jesse finally getting to make his debut against Mark Henry, assuming William Regal doesn't attack him again. And here we go. Looks like William Regal's not going to be attacking Jesse. We assume. I guess there's still time, but Jesse's actually getting a chance to make his way to the ring. And of course, I do know that in every Raw Superstar, I want to talk about the World Tag Team Championship tournament a little bit. Every superstar on Raw has been told that if they can find a tag team partner, they can be in contention. They have the possibility of being in the tournament. But Jesse's going to finally make his debut against Mark Henry, and of course William Regal's out here with Mark Henry. Of course he is. So yes, Regal clearly just targeting Jesse here. And as we know, before Regal attacked Jesse, he was heard just muttering something to himself about Chris Jericho. Clearly wants Jericho one-on-one. He wants another shot at Jericho's U.S. title, which Regal feels like he wrongfully lost. But he lost fair and square. He did. And there's not really anything else to say. He just lost fair and square. But clearly, again, like I said, just targeting Jesse here. And hoping he can lead Mark Henry to victory. I don't think Mark Henry needed help. I mean, Mark Henry's been really down on his luck recently. Like, hasn't won a match. But he's still the world's strongest man against Jesse, who the only success he's ever had was before Universe when he was teaming with Festus. And he didn't even have that much success. But nonetheless, oh, Jesse able to shove Mark Henry away. Nice try, Jesse. I give you points for trying, but again, you're up against the world's strongest man. There's only so much you can do as Mark Henry. Oh, but Jesse, he's not going to give up. He has some fight. But again, it's the world's strongest man. Like, Mark, he knows he's been down on his luck. He knows he needs to turn something around. But I guess, either way, nice splash. Hooks both legs. As Mark just going to power out of that. But Jesse, he's getting some good shots in on the world's strongest man. And that is really the most important thing here. Oh, but look at this. A teardrop suplex. Shouts out the Heartbreak Kid. As Jesse here actually managing to get some good offense in. But just like that, every time he does get something going, Mark Henry's right there to shut him down. As Mark gonna spin out and hit the clothesline. And Jesse just ricocheted off the turnbuckles. But Jesse really showing the fight he has right now. But every time Jesse gets something going, Mark really is right there to completely shut him down again. Exactly what he needs to do, though. Like I said, Mark has been down on his luck. He needs to turn things around. He needs to get something going. And if it means just really taking it to Jesse, that's what he's got to do. But Jesse knocks him to the floor. As Jesse getting a little too cocky, he knocked Henry to the outside. That's one thing, Jesse. You gotta... If you've got the big man on the ropes, stay on him.
Jesse giving it everything he has. And he's toast.
As Mark just using his own body as a weapon. Jesse up. Oh, I think he tried it again. Got shut down that time. I hate the goddamn full mount. It's one of the few things I really do hate about this game. It is not just this game. It was in other games, but it's fucking dumb. Especially when they went to the single button reversing and made the indicator really fucking tiny. Because, like, I'm good at reversing, and I normally don't even need the indicators, but god damn it, man. There are some things in SVR 10 and 11 that it's just like, fuck. Especially when they don't even let you reverse every punch. Which I will give the newer games credit for. When they have something like that, you can reverse literally every single punch. Just like you can choose to only do a few and then stop. Which, I mean, admittedly, you could do in this game. As Jesse surprisingly holding his own against the world's strongest man.
That'll cause some damage.
Which, let me just tell you, this is not what happened in the first take. And I was kind of hoping to replicate the first take, to be completely honest.
Backdrop. Oh, he's back straight to the ground.
Stay down, you bastard. Stay down, you bastard. Like, piss off, man. Stay down. That's also a problem with... Fuck you, man. Like, fuck you, man. The full mount fucking sucks. Piss off. You're just fucking prolonging the match, because when you do that, you just get rid of all of my momentum, and as soon as you have to stop, I immediately take the advantage right back.
The intensity of these superstars.
Because Edge did the same fucking shit in one of the other matches. At least in this case, I have the goddamn, at least in this case, I have the stamina system turned on, so they can't do it forever.
There's another one. A textbook reversal. Can he follow up?
And that's one of those things where, like, I never understood the stamina system as a kid, but honestly, it's so great. Because you have it, and it's one of those, honestly, perfect things.
He's looking to put his opponent away and run here. And will this be it? Two, three.
Yeah, you have it, and it's one of those perfect things where anything that's cheesy and exploitable, the stamina system prevents the people from abusing it. But Mark Henry gets a win over Jesse. Exactly what I wanted. Now, the main event being the tournament match is the one that I said I was the most worried about having to re-record, but I gotta re-record it. Of course, that is the Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff, who have been doing very well for themselves outside of the WWE Championship match at the Royal Rumble. But outside of the match, they've been doing really well. And they're facing the team of Chris Jericho and The Big Show. And here we go, main event time, World Tag Team Championship Tournament. Here we go. Like I said, it is the Hardys and the team of Chris Jericho and The Big Show. Big Show not having any luck whatsoever. And Chris Jericho, he started out on the wrong foot, but he was able to actually pin The Big Show, his tag team partner tonight, in a fatal four-way, which led Jericho from winning that match to the Royal Rumble, where he ended up beating William Regal for the U.S. title. So very big win there. Had very big implications that Jericho cashed in on. But can he keep it going? That is the real question. Can Jericho keep up the success he's found as of late and get a win alongside The Big Show, who he doesn't have a history with for the most part? Definitely not here in Universe. And can Big Show use that to actually, you know, get something going, which he hasn't been able to do? There's another big, important thing. Big questions. And yeah, this is the match that, like I said, I was the most worried with having to re-record. Because, like, I'll be honest, Jericho and Big Show actually managed to get the win the first time around. And, like, I didn't want to re-record it. Because, like, that was, like, a good, genuine win. And to have to re-record it feels like I'd be potentially screwing them out of that win. And yes, it's just a game, obviously, but I don't know. Like, I'm trying to take this at least a little bit seriously, and it just kind of sucks that I had so many just technical issues that caused me to have to re-record 3 of the matches on this show and then 2 matches on ECW. It's not right. And if the Hardys end up winning here, yes, I will roll with that, and they'll move on to No Way Out, joining Ziggler and Kendrick, who beat DX on Raw Episode 5 to advance to the next round of the tournament. And of course, you know, the second round and then the final round will be taking place at No Way Out, because it'll be 4 first round matches followed by obviously 2 second round, and we'll have 1 final match for the finals, obviously.
Here we go.
As we're going to kick things off with Jericho and the Big Show, and Matt Hardy immediately takes the world's largest athlete down. But yeah, like, if the Hardys win, I'll roll with it, but I'm not going to be happy about it, honestly. It's just like there was a World Tag Team Tournament match on ECW, because I had this big thing where I had announced that, hey, guess what? Raw has worked out a deal with the ECW general manager just like SmackDown did, and any ECW people who are in a team, or if they're a woman, can decide to go to the challenge for either of Raw's titles that would represent them, being Tag Team in Women's, or World Tag Team in Women's, or WWE Tag and Divas. So yeah, it was cool. I was gonna roll with that, and I guess just fucking make the announcement here and now because of the goddamn technical issues. You know, whatever. If everything would have just worked in the first place, you would have heard that as the real announcement you would have had. Because the ECW World Tag Team Championship, the ECW match for the World Tag Team Championship Tournament, was Crime Time versus the team of Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne. Because I was going to roll with them as a team, despite, you know, obviously, real world, real life, they were Airborne. Which, not a great name, but they're Airboom, sorry. Airboom. Not a great name either, but I don't know what I'll roll with them. Either way, it was going to be Crime Time versus them, and I was just going to roll with that. And see if they could get anything going, you know? That was the thing. That was the goal. And we're still going to roll with that. So yeah, if the teams that... Hopefully the teams that won their matches originally do still win. That's kind of the big thing that I want from that. If not, it sucks, but oh well. Like, I'll roll with it regardless. And that's really all I can say. I don't even know how long this match is actually going to go, or whatever. I just want it. Just hopefully it can be cool and everything can just work. You know, kind of what I'm going for. Hopefully just everything can work. As Jericho took Jeff Hardy down as he got in the ring. As Jeff Hardy gonna slow it down with a cross arm bar. His Big Show actually did not break it up, but Jericho fought out anyway. And Jeff Hardy able to take him down with an arm drag. And again, like, I know some of you would probably just be like, again, just play the matches then. Well, like, one, I'm not, even if I play the matches, I'm not guaranteed to win. And this is a series where, like, I do want to take it at least kind of seriously, but at the same time, I don't want to involve myself too much in the matches. Like, I'll play when I feel is necessary, but again, like, I'm kind of enjoying letting the AI do its thing in SVR 2010 because the AI's not completely broken in this game. They have their issues, don't get me wrong, but it's not terrible in this game. I like that. I like when I can reasonably let the AI do its thing, which is something that I don't even like doing now. I know the AI is better now, but I just... There's something with the AI, there's just something with the way the AI wrestles in the games now that's just like, this fucking infuriates me. Maybe it's just because, like, they're supposed to be more realistic and there's things that the AI does that just isn't realistic at all. Whereas, like, the gameplay isn't entirely realistic in any way in the older games. Like, maybe a little bit, but not entirely by any means. And the fact that the AI can still do pretty dang well despite all of that is kind of a cool novelty. And especially since I didn't do that growing up at all. When I was growing up, it was literally like, I'm playing as the AI and that's just it. Like, I'm involved in all the matches. When I wasn't given the opportunity to play with somebody else. So, yeah, that's also something I'm not too familiar with. Whereas, like, starting with 2K16, I let the AI do quite a bit in every other game. And I do think there were times where I let the AI do its thing, and I got some good results. Like, don't get me wrong, I will admit that. I don't know, but yeah, like, that's the thing for me, like, in the newer games, the AI, there's just some of the way the AI does wrestle against one another that is just, like, it infuriates me, to be completely honest. Like, it's just not right, honestly. I would much rather just fully control everything. You know, just like Murph's does with his universe. You just get better results that way. Like, there were times, and a lot of times, where the AI is honestly significantly more broken in the newer games. But, holy Christ, alley-oop face buster from Jeff Hardy on The Big Show. That is fucking crazy. Now, Jeff, just, okay, swinging neck breaker. Go up top. Go up top. You little bastard. You could have hit the swanton. You could have hit the swanton. You dumb motherfucker. Yeah, that's my thing. It's just like, there are ways that the AI in the newer games is significantly more broken than what we had in the past. And that's honestly inexcusable at this point. It really is. And I'm not even talking about, like, 2K20's glitchy, broken mess. Like, that's a whole nother can of worms, and that has its own issues. But I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about just, like, even in a game that, for all intents and purposes, works as intended with, like, say, 2K19. The AI in that game is fucking broken. I mean, all you have to do is, like, it's not out by the time I'm recording this, but Tyson and I did the Money in the Bank pay-per-view for our Casual Universe, where I run Velocity and he runs No Mercy on Friday nights. And in that Casual Universe, we did our Money in the Bank match where he had 3 guys, I had 3 guys, and the AI is so stupid in the newer games when it comes to ladder matches that they literally will not stop the opponent from winning. And I know that you could say the AI has always been dumb in ladder matches. And yeah, to a point you're right, but, like, again, it's kind of like how in SVR 2010, for example, since we're watching SVR 2010 match right now, if you look at something like that, if you look at something like SVR 2010, the fact that even, like, if you turn no DQ off, the AI will still face each other like normal, but they'll actually use weapons alongside of that, and just changing the one setting doesn't become a hindrance to anything. As yep, the Hardys are gonna win. Oh, there we go. Look, I love the Hardys, but Jericho and Big Show, they earned the fucking win. I want them to win again. It's just, I don't think they're going to.
And this has got to be it. And Matt kicks out.
But yeah, like, turning the one setting off and making it no DQ doesn't become a hindrance. They'll still, like I said, compete against each other like normal, and they'll also use weapons. Whereas there are some there are some of the games in more recent times where you can have literally like an Extreme Rules match, and the AI will never go for a weapon, not one time. And it's like, well, like, thank you, you dumb motherfucking, thank you, you dumb motherfuckers, for programming this so goddamn badly that I can't even let the AI, do anything. Because even when it's something as simple as just, it's a no disqualification match, and they should use weapons, they won't even go for any weapons whatsoever. And that's not a shot at just one developer or anything like that. That's just a shot at the series in general.
He's tagging in his partner.
There are things that the games do very well now, and there are things that the games do terribly now. As Big Show with a showstopper.
And that's a leg drop from a
Yeah, that's the thing.
One of the things that Big Show does better than anyone else is exploit his size and weight difference.
There are things it does well, and there are things it does like utter garbage. Jeff's right there. He's going to break up the pin off the KO punch. Yep.
And there's the breakup.
I saw that coming. Jericho didn't even knock him off the apron the first time.
What a matchup. This one continues to go
And the same literally can be said for the older games too. There are things the older games did very well, and there's things that it did like utter shit. Just the way it is. Like, I don't think we'll ever have like a fully fledged, really good wrestling game that's perfect all around. Like, we've got some really good games, but yeah. Anyway, I don't know. That's probably tangent over. I don't know how much more I can say about that. But here we go. Hot tag out to Jericho. Takes down Jeff Hardy. He knocks Matt off the apron. And Code Breaker. Is that the end of the Hardy Boys? Going in for the pin. He's got a 1. He's got a 2. He's got a 3. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And guys, yes, I know they're heels. Shut up. That's the original result, and I fucking got it. Except I think Big Show got the pin originally, but whatever. Whatever. Don't care. Don't care. Yeah, I think Big Show got the hot tag and choke slam for the win, but yeah, don't care. Jericho and the Big Show, even despite re-recording, they still beat the Hardys. Same result. They move on to No Way Out alongside, right now, just Ryan Kendrick and Dolph Ziggler, who knocked off DX in Raw Episode 5. And that's another episode of Raw here in the universe. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, comment below, share it on social media, do all that good stuff. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye, guys.